So finding a comfortable seat and arriving here. So today we're going to work on bringing a little bit of elevation into your heart. So we're going to really open up the chest, the shoulders, the back, and we're going to open up the hips so that we have a nice. So we're going to work and warm up our lungs with that breath, pranayama, or streaky breath. So we're going to do 3 rounds of this breath for 30 seconds each. The first round, we're just going to go at a relatively slow pace, just so you can get used to what this breath is. Then the second round, we're going to add the arm. So we're going to do this pumping action. And then the third round, we're going to do the breath, but more quickly, so with a more rapid pace. So Vastriki breath is a forceful inhalation and exhalation. So forceful, maybe not.
Sorry, can you mute?
Oh,
can you mute everyone?
Mute. Hi everyone. Thank you for that. Perfect. Good. You're all muted now. No more talking. So we're going to take a deep breath in and a forceful breath out. We're really clearing out and energizing the lungs. This is great to wake up our whole system, particularly the chronic system within us. So our vitality, it kind of gives us this burst of energy. It also helps to wake up our metabolism because we're pumping from the abdominal muscles, it's waking up that digestive fire. And it's just going to bring us into a more clear space, right there for clearing. Okay, so sit up nice and comfortably, wherever you are. And just start to follow my pace in a moment for 30 seconds. We're going to really take a deep inhale and then take a big exhale. And it's quite rapid. Let me just get my timer on. While I'm doing this, just start to connect with the breath.
Even though I sort of knew I was panicking.
Start to feel the lungs.
I still basically hypochondriac. Now,
feel and connect to the core. Inhale.
But it definitely doesn't take much nowadays to get our sort
and
of
exhale.
Do
Good. Nice deep inhale. And a big exhale. Okay, now follow my pace, 30 seconds. Almost there. In and out through the nose. Feel the abdominal muscles. Last 5 seconds here. Last big breath in. Hold it at the top for a moment. And exhale, sigh. Close your eyes. Relax your shoulders. Relax the body. And just feel into that. Now, as you can tell, it's a real enlivening breath. So this is making you feel lightheaded or dizzy at all. I don't believe any of you are, but if there is a chance that you might be pregnant, maybe this breath isn't going to serve you right now. You would just stay with a slow, deep breath. But if in this space you're starting to feel good here, we're going to continue. We're going to add on another leg. We're going to add on the arm. So it's that same pace, that same action from the abdominal muscles. And if breathing in through the nose is difficult right now, you can do this through the nose. Good job. Okay, my friends. So to do this, we're going to take a deep breath in, reach the arms up. And then as you exhale, you're going to pull it like you're pulling something from the ceiling. Inhale. Okay, let's start now. Inhale. Energizing the whole system. Feel this breath pumping from the belly. Use your abdominal muscles so they are too waking up. Almost there. 5 more seconds to go. Take your last deep inhale, exhale. Slowly rest your hands on your lap. Close your eyes. A few seconds just to feel into that space. Relax the shoulders. Feel what is being cultivated. Okay, my friends, so the last round, the final round of this posture success can be with or without the arms. If you didn't enjoy this whole pumping action here, you can just let your arms rest. But we're going to go at more of a pace. So if this pace becoming more quickly doesn't serve you, if you're starting to get even more lightheaded or dizzy, you can just slow it down and take that pace. Okay, I'm going to actually just blow my nose because it does really work for me to help me clear out anything that's built up from the night. Okay, let me reset my clock. And let's begin. Take a deep inhale. Almost there. 5 more seconds. Last final 5. Keep pumping. Keep using those abdominal muscles. Take a deep inhale. Reach up slow and exhale everything out. Rest your hands on your back. Close your eyes and just feel what the effect of that is. Feel into that space. Taking a moment to pause here is cultivating all the goodness that we've sowed through that practice. Reaping now benefits, that feeling perhaps maybe a little buzz inwardly. It definitely catches our attention so the mind is more focused and clear. Maybe we're feeling a little elevated. And let that go and take a deep breath in. Reach your arms up over your head and then take your hands back down by your side. Let's do that with the breath 2 more times. So inhaling, the arms come up. And exhale, the arms come back to you. And last time, inhale. Now we're going to hold here at the top. Take hold of your right wrist. Lengthen up through that side of the body. And then take a side bend to your left. And as you come over to the left, stay here, breathe. Push the right hip back down to the floor. Good. Inhale, rise back to center. Exhale, just release the arms, relax the shoulders. Second side, inhale, breath takes the arms up. Grab hold of that left arm. Pull it nice and long from your hip, reach the arm up, and then take your side bend. It doesn't have to be too deep. We'll work a few side bends. Push the left hip back into the floor. Make sure your breath is still able to fill that side body. On your next inhale, come all the way back up. And exhale, release the arms. Let's release the neck now. Drop your chin to your chest. And just let the back of your neck get really heavy. The back of your neck is really heavy. Okay. And then we're going to roll the right ear towards the right shoulder and stretch through the left side of the neck. Roll the chin back to chest. Rolling your left ear over the left shoulder. And the chin back to the chest. Right ear to right shoulder. Chin back to chest, over to the other side. And then let's roll the head all the way over to the right again. So the right ear aligns over that right shoulder. And then drop that right shoulder away from your ear. And we're going to take the right hand on top of the head. Now, if that really is too much, if there's a lot of tightness and tension in your neck, just that hand being placed here creates way too much pressure. So take that hand down. Then we're going to reach that left arm away. And you're going to keep it lifted off of the floor. And then like you are paddling through water. You're at the beach and your arm is maybe just dangling in the water. You're just moving the fingers back and forth to feel the waves against your. Feel that stretching different muscles here of the neck. And then take the arm way, way, way forward. And then way, way, way back. Open the chest a little bit more. One more time, take that arm forward. And then take that arm all the way back. And you're going to wrap it around your lower back. Send your fingertips towards your right hip. Good. So your arm will be looking like this behind you. Perfect. And then from here, we're actually going to turn our head. So you're going to turn towards that right arm. Bring your chin down towards your chest. And then take your hands more towards the back of the skull. Good. And then you're going to just draw down, chin in towards the armpit. And stretching more into the back side of it. Stretching into the trapezius muscle. Just one more breath there. Now use your hand to help lift your head. So bring your hand to your forehead. Push the hand into the forehead. Lift the head up. Bring yourself back to the center. Release both arms. And then this left shoulder, since it was behind, just give it a nice little shrug to make sure it really releases. And before we do the other side, we're going to go back into the side bend. So inhale, take both arms up. Good. Now this time, our right arm is going to go across to hold our left knee. And then we're going to reach up with that left arm and go over to the right side. It's a little different here in the side bend. So Olga, take your right hand to your left knee. She just left. Inhale, come all the way up. Good. And then let's take a twist. So this left arm is going to go behind you, fingertips to the floor. Use the fingertips to push down to elevate, rise up a little bit more, looking all the way over the back shoulder. And then inhale, come back up. Take both arms to the sky. And then we're going to switch. So now the left arm is going to come across to hold the right knee. Inhale, that right arm is going to come up. Take your side bend over to the left. Yeah. And try to push down through that opposite knee. Beautiful. Inhale, rise, come back up. Exhale, rotating from the spine, from the ribs, and then take that back hand behind you, close to your body. So you're not leaning back. You want to stay leaning forward. Root down to your knees. Lift up through the crown of your head. And inhale, come all the way back up. Reach the arms to the sky. And reset. Getting ready for the second side. Take the handstand. We're going to take the left ear over to that left shoulder. Relax that left shoulder. Try to move it away from the ear. And then taking that arm up, placing the hand onto the head. That feels good. And again, just resetting that shoulder so it's down and up. And then your right arm, we're just going to sway it through that warm water. If you've ever dangled your arm off of a boat, just feeling the temperature, the coolness of the water through your hand. All imagine right now we're at the beach, on a boat. The sky is blue, weather is warm. Good, and then we're going to take that arm as far forward as you can and as far back as you can to really stretch the fronts of the shoulder head, chest, opening up through the shoulder blade. And then we're going to take that arm all the way around and back, wrapping it around your lower back. Fingertips are trying to find that left hip. And turn your head now towards your right armpit. And the back of your hand is going to come to the back of your head. And then you're going to use that hand to help draw the chin closer to your shoulder, to your arm. And stretching to the back of the neck. Keep sending that right shoulder down away from the ear. One more breath. Beautiful. And then use your hand to help push the head all the way back up. Bring it back to the center. And then release the arms and shoulders. Give them a nice big shrug. Lift them to the sky. Pull them to the space behind you. Slide them down. And again, lift them to the sky. Pull back. And reset down. Great. So we're going to take some hip circles here. So you can see my hips. We're going to start with a simple cross-legged position. So ankles are crossed, Hands are going to come to the knees. And this is really, really good for just massaging into your hips or waking up gently. Sometimes we wake up really dynamically. Some days we get out of bed and the body really needs time to warm up. This is a great one if you're waking up and you've kind of been lying in a funny position or you've been finding it difficult to sleep. The body is more resistant in the morning. To circle around your hips, the other way. Great way for waking up the hip joints, the muscles around the hips. So reversing the other way if you haven't done so already. Then we're just going to take our hands down in front of us. Start to walk yourself forward and go into that lean as much as you can. It might not be very deep. It might be all the way to the floor. Just see what your body is willing to do right now. And then while you're there, it's a good opportunity to check in with your breath and notice if we can expand a little bit more into those lungs. If we can feel the lungs three-dimensionally, so not just in the front body, but also in the sides. Feel your side hips open. Your back ribs stand and lifted slightly. And then slowly walk your hands all the way back towards you. Take your hands behind you. And you're going to, let me turn to the side so you can see, lean back into your hands, palms of your hands. Roll your shoulders back and start to lift your chest up to the sky. This is like a little back bend, but it's really stretching our shoulders. At the same time, can you push your knees and shins toward the floor, and maybe you can even lift your bum off the ground. Just a little bit. And then place the hips back to the floor. Walk your hands back up. And then we're going to switch the cross. So whichever leg is in front, switch the cross around. And we're going to wake up that side. Whatever leg's in front is the leg you're waking up more. And start to make your circles. In Kundalini Yoga, they call these the Sufi rolls. And they really work with the breath here. Like we do the Kapalabhati breath, we use that a lot. So see if you can find a rhythm of your breath, reverse, the opposite way. Maybe we're taking an inhale on the back, and an exhale as we go. And then when you come forward, we're going to walk our hands out in front of us and take a deep lean or a deep fold. Sometimes when I say fold, people get discouraged when they don't go so far. Stay there, drop your head, relax. And take a few deep breaths there. Keep your hips really heavy. Beautiful. Now walk your hands to come all the way back up. Okay, now we're going to do something slightly different than that. So first of all, whatever leg is in front, you're going to bring your hands behind you. We're going to lift the chest just like we did, but this time pull your knees together. I want you to lift your feet off the ground. So a little bit of core activation. Good. Then keeping your feet lifted off the ground, we're going to bring our hands back beside our hips and kind of push into your hands to sit up. Like you're trying to lift your butt off the floor. If you can do that, we're not there yet. We're going to do that for the next time around. But we're just squeezing the heels into our seat, pushing down into our hands. We can feel more core activated. Good. Yeah, take one more breath. Keep pushing into those hands. Don't worry, the butt does not have to lift. And then release. Oh, beautiful. Now we're going to switch the legs around again. So we're going to pull this back leg forward. This time we're going to go deeper into the hip. So this back leg that's coming forward is going to go in front of that back leg. And we're going to make something called the box pose. So I'm going to walk my feet. Watch my feet. They're coming to the edges of my mat. And I'm going to move my legs forward away from me so it really looks like this pretzel shape here. So instead of a normal cross-legged where the heels are kind of tucked under, now I'm opening this pose up. So my knee is more over the big toe. Yeah, perfect. And then we're going to take our hands forward, and you'll feel if you got into the right shape that it feels a lot different now. And maybe that deep forward fold is feeling different in your body. Maybe we're not able to go as far. And hopefully it's accessing different muscles of your thighs, your glutes. And I'd like us to take a couple of breaths here. Close your eyes so you can really tune into the body. And breathe a bit of life into what's feeling creaky and stiff. Bring some wakefulness into the hips, into the body. Keep the spine alone. Space in the middle. And slowly walk your hands back. Good. Lean back in your hands. We're going to lift the legs up. Remember which leg is in front right now. Take your feet so that they're parallel. Let me spin around. And then maybe the arms reach out forward as well. Keep the chest lifted. We don't want to round into the back here. Sink and collapse in the middle. We want to lift the middle upright. Keep lifting, keep lifting, keep lifting. And then let's switch sides. So the opposite leg now is going to come in front. One last time here. Coming into box shape on the other side. So your legs, your shins are going to move more forward, tops of your mat, and the edges of your feet are coming wide. So they're coming all the way across to the edges. Yeah? Good. And then we're going to take our hands forward in front of us. Again, a deeper sensation in those hips. Beautiful. Let's take a few breaths to arrive. Don't try to get everywhere all at once. 4. I'd like you to bring your awareness into your feet. Make sure that you're feeling grounded here. Anchored. And that feels like rise up through the back. Feel those lungs really expanding in all directions, particularly into the back of the heart. And then from there, slowly, we're going to walk our hands back. Oh, so good. Now we're going to come back into that position we were in. But we're going to not lean back so far. We're going to bring our hands right down by our hips. We're going to pull back our feet. All right? Now there's a way that we can cheat. Let me turn to the side so you can see a little bit more. There's a way that we can cheat by bringing our hands to our hips, beyond your fingertips. Heels are tucked in. And then we're going to push down into the hands and lift our bum off the floor. Pull your belly in. You can be on fingertips or flat palms. Good. And for those of you who want to go even deeper, maybe lift one foot off the ground. Maybe lift 2 feet off the ground. And place yourself down. Well done. Good, Haley. And then just forget that ever happened. Let's come onto all fours. Come onto your hands and knees. Good. So knees are separated, hip distance apart. Hands nice and wide, fingers nice and wide. And then just start to make your hip circles, a little sway from side to side first. And then taking the hips all the way around into a circle, like you're painting on the wall behind you. And then coming back to center. We're going to breathe and lift the chin, lift the tailbone. And as you exhale, we're going to round the back. Inhaling again, lift the chin, lift the tailbone. Exhaling to round. Good. Do that 2 more times. I just noticed my microphone wasn't plugged in, so my voice was probably very loud. Working with me every morning. If anyone wants to volunteer for that post. Okay. Does it sound better now? Yeah, perfect. It works when it works, and I put it all on. Let's do that one more time. Lift the chin, lift the tailbone. Exhale, round the back, round the spine. And then come back to your center. And let's take that twist that we're familiar with now. If you've been practicing with me for a few days, we're going to reach that right arm up to the sky.
open up through the chest, open up through the heart, and then take that arm underneath and through. Good, and just touch the shoulder down, and then we're gonna come all the way back up. Reach that right arm back up to the sky, a little teaser. You thought you were gonna get a little rest. Exhale, you're gonna come down and across. Let the shoulder come to the floor. Inhale, lift it back up. Then I promise you get to lie there for a few moments. We're gonna take that arm under and across, lie on top of that right shoulder, lie on the side of your head. And then your left hand is gonna push into the mat, roll the left shoulder back. Start to draw your left hip crease back so your pelvis is nice and square. And I really like to use this left arm actively to really feel that I'm getting a twist. Some like to take this left arm above their head. So the fingertips are still actively pushing into the ground, and you can roll the left armpit to the sky. And some even like to take a half bind here. So whatever your preference is, but just make sure that it's active. We're gonna have one last breath here. Make sure we're actively spinning the chest to the sky. And then slowly release, coming all the way out of that. Now, before we do the other side, I would like us to do a different type of cat-cow. We're gonna take our left leg and we're gonna cross it over the right leg. Good. Left leg crosses over the right leg. Yeah. Then try to swing your back foot out so you can see my feet are both on the edges of the mat. So this is like a preparation for Gomukhasana legs. Good. And then from here, setting your arms up in a normal cat-cow position, hands under shoulders. We're going to do a normal cat-cow, lifting the chin and the tailbone. And as you exhale, curl the tailbone under, push the thighs forward, chin to chest, round the back. Inhaling again, lift the chest open. Exhale, round the spine. One more time, inhaling, lift the chest open. Exhale, round the spine. Good, and then come all the way back. We're gonna undo those legs. So you're just gonna pull that back leg forward and we're gonna switch sides. So this time we're taking the left arm. I'm not doing the same side as you. I'm not mirroring you very well today. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Exhale, underneath, lie it down, side of the head to the floor. Inhale, lift it up again. Open, spin the chest. Exhale, lie down. Shoulder onto the ground. Inhale, lift up, open, and exhale. Then lie it down. Now you get a moment of rest. Push the right hand into the floor. Spin your chest to the sky. And you want to feel that your left arm, the one that's on the ground, is really active. Good, really nice. Draw your top shoulder back as if you're trying to align it over that bottom shoulder. Good, nice, Karen. And that top arm, that right arm, can either be reaching towards the top of the mat, or you can reach it to the sky and wrap it around the lower back, making sure the head of the shoulder is really rolling backwards. And then take the hand back to the floor. Slowly come all the way back up to your all fours position. Your right leg is going to come over the left leg. The feet are going to swing out to the sides, hands underneath the shoulders. That's it. And then we're going to inhale into our cow pose. Lift the chin, lift the tailbone, and exhale into the cat stretch. Press the thighs towards the hands. Inhaling. Open here. Exhaling to round. Inhaling to open here. Exhale, round. Good, and then inhale. We're gonna stay here and we're gonna try something that might not be possible in everyone's body, but let's see how we go today. Let's try to walk our hands back closer to our knees, staying in this bound position. Yeah, so maybe this is all we're gonna do. And then you can start to push your hips forward here and then just little pulses. Or maybe let's see if we can balance, if we can come all the way up in this very strange contortion of our bodies. Place your hands on your hips And then start to just push the hips forward. Zip your tailbone to the back of your knees, so the tailbone's going down. And you might get a nice deep stretch here across this hip. Good. Take one more breath there. And then let's come down, hands to the floor. Oh, stay here. This is where cushions might be handy. So if you need to come out of this pose, just remember it's the right leg on top. You can grab your cushion, place it behind you, in between your feet. And then that is where you're going to try to sit, to land. So we're landing in Gomukhasana legs. Now, my friends, if this isn't possible, we're going to come back into this pose lying on our backs in a moment, but we're going to add a nice important shoulder stretch here. So I would like you to, if this isn't possible to have your legs crossed, do something a little bit modified, which is like a modified twist. You can unravel the legs. And your right leg comes across, but the sole of the foot is on the floor. Good. And then you're sitting with a nice level pelvis. So make sure, check that both sit bones are on the ground. If you can be in Gomukhasana, that looks a little different. The knees are completely aligned. They're stacked one over another. And you're not on the sole of this top foot. You're actually more on the side and the top of the foot. Great. So finding a seat, check you're nice and level. Now we're going to reach the arms forward in front of us. Bend at your elbows. And we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to take that left arm over to cross over the right. Now, we're going to see if we can wrap the arms. And the way I did that is I just pulled this top arm forward and then try to bring the palms of the hands together. Try to align the wrists and the elbows, and then align the elbows with your shoulders and let your shoulders relax back into their sockets. If you're unable to do that, you can get as close as you can. You can use that strap that you have waiting for you by holding on to that, or you can simply just hold on to your shoulders. So we're getting a nice stretch for the hips here, and we're getting a nice deep stretch for the backs of the shoulders. Close your eyes, breathe into everything that is here happening in your body. Breathe more softness and space into where you're feeling tight. And then inhale, lift up. And we're going to take a little lean forward, just as much as you can, as much as it's available to you right now. If you can bring the elbows all the way to the floor, you're welcome to do that. Maybe we're just draping. And every once in a while, try to lift up, get more length, more space to go over. Take one last breath there. And then slowly rise. Come all the way out. Oh, open up the arms. Open up the legs. Give everything a little movement. And then we're going to sit in Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet come together, and we're going to open up the knees because we were just really heavily bound. So let's create a little bit of space here for that. And maybe a little bit of rolling in the shoulders. And then we're going to grab our strap while we're here in this Baddha Konasana pose. Before we do the other side, make sure you're elevated as high as you need to be. Good. I'm going to give you another pillow. Making sure that the pelvis isn't being drawn under. You want to be right on top or in front of your sit bones. We're going to grab our strap here, lifting it up over the head and taking your hands wide as possible. So in a moment, when we start to go backwards, if you're having to bend your elbows and fight and do something like this, that just means you need to take your hands wider so that it's a smooth movement all the way back. Yeah. And then we're going to inhale to come back up. Smooth movement, no jerking. And exhale to come back down. And if that was too easy, you can bring your hands together and see if you can challenge yourself. So find your breath. And start to go around a couple of times. Come forward, Paula, so you have space. Don't be shy. Come into the camera screen. Lifting the arms over the head and exhaling all the way back down. We'll make this our last one. After this, we're going to do one more full round. So inhaling up, exhaling back. And then I'd like you to stop when we inhale up. Pause here and just bend over to the left side. Pull the right arm to the sky, the left hand to the floor. So create tension of that strap. Maybe even look up if that feels good on your neck. And then inhale back to center. Exhale over, looking up. Make sure the neck is relaxed, though not strained. Keep tension in the strap, pull. And then inhale, come all the way back up. And then let's set the strap all the way down. Give the shoulders a roll and just notice, how does that feel? Are they starting to feel a little looser, a little less tension? Okay, let's come back and I'm going to do my best to remember this little crazy sequence that we've created here. So we're going to come back to this all fours position. And we're going to take the left leg over the right leg. We're going to start here again. Take your feet nice and wide. Beautiful. We're going to do 3 cat cows. We're going to inhale, lift the chin, lift the tailbone. Exhale, round the back. Press the hips towards the heels of the hands. Inhaling to open, lift. Exhaling to round. Inhaling to open the heart. Lift the chin, the tailbone. Exhaling to round. Perfect. And then come back to a neutral position. Walk your hands back closer to your knees. And maybe this is all you need to do. So remember, please don't try to do everything if your body really is struggling here. Just do your level best wherever you need to stop. Be there, just pause and wait, breathe. If you can go a little bit higher, maybe we can try to balance here on our knees. You can play with your feet. Let them be like little tripods, kickstands for you to help balance. Bring your hands to your hips and then feel the pelvis. Try to get the tailbone down and that will start to lift you up through the front of the body. The more we lift up through the front of the body, the more we push the pelvis forward, the deeper we're going to start to feel that sensation, that stretch. Good. And then we're going to bring the hands down. And then we're going to sit back. I hope this is the other side for you. I'm questioning whether I changed my side or not. It is, okay. Take your hips down. Good. It's not. See, I did the same side twice. I hope you didn't. If you did the same twice, you can just come back up. Let's go back into that stretch. Good. If you're there, make sure that your sit bones are level on the ground. So that's why I have this cushion behind me, just to give me a little bit more support so I can feel both sit bones nice and level on the floor. And then we're going to take the opposite arms to cross. So bring your elbows in line with your shoulders. Take that right arm across the left and then see if that bind is possible. Use whatever kit that you need to, straps. Maybe the hands just come to rest on your shoulders. Press the elbows forward, feel the space open behind the shoulder blades. And if you're unable to sit with this deep Gomukhasana legs, remember you can always take that top leg, foot to the floor. So Paula, do that for me. Cross your top leg over. And then bring your bottom leg out a little bit. See if that's possible. Keep opening here. Don't worry about the arms first for a second. That's it. Bring this heel closer to you. Yeah, that's it. Good. And then add the arm without leaning back. Good. And if you can fold forward, you're very welcome to take a little forward fold. Yeah, just dropping into that space for a moment. And then slowly we're going to come back up. Beautiful. Unravel yourself. Undo the arms. We're going to bring the feet back into Baddha Konasana here. And then from there, we're going to take a little forward fold. So you're just going to let the body fold forward. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. And just dropping the chest towards the feet. You feel that nice deep stretch to the inner thighs. And you can even use your elbows, if they're able to help ground the knees open. Yeah, very good. And then slowly come all the way up. Great. And then let's come onto all fours again. So roll yourself forward. Moving your hips a little from side to side. Maybe a little circle there. Just to release all of that. Then we'll tuck our toes, lift the knees up, press everything up and back. Maybe a little march of your legs, bending one knee at a time. And dropping the head, let the back of the neck be heavy. Feeling into, opening into the backs of the legs, the calves. And then from here, let's walk our hands back to our feet. So we're going to walk our hands back to our feet, bend your knees, let your body drape forward over your legs for a nice forward fold. And maybe a little sway here. The knees are bent to whatever degree you need to release your back. You really want to feel that the back is free here. And if that means that the knees have to be bent like you're sitting in a chair, let that happen. Maybe the legs are able to straighten a little bit more. Let that happen. Just see where you are. And we're going to roll up. So the chin's going to stay to the chest. The knees are going to still have a bend in them as we take our body up one vertebra at a time. Slowly and slowly, slowly to rise. Head is last to lift. Lift your shoulders to the sky. Pull them back and slide them down. And again, inhale, lift the shoulders to the sky. Pull back and slide down. Beautiful. So let's come into a warrior one. So we're at the back of our mat now. And I'm just going to step my right leg forward. And I'm going to spin the back heel down on the floor. So if you can see, there's space between my feet. They're not in one straight line. And then lunge into that front leg. Take the arms up to the sky. So we're in a nice deep warrior one pose. Beautiful. Back foot is angled slightly forward, lunging, bending into this front knee. Yeah, think about the tailbone pointing down, the front of the pelvis lifting up. Maybe the hands can come together above your head, looking up to the sky. Nice and deep activation of your feet, of your legs. Slow steadiness of the breath. And then we're going to release the arms down by our side and lean forward. Pull the belly in. Pull your right hip crease back. Good. And we're going to move between those 2 points. So inhale, take your arms up all the way over your head. Exhale, we're going to lean forward. Arms go back. Inhaling again. Take your arms up to the sky. All the way up and overhead. Exhaling to lean forward. Arms go back. One more time. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, let's lean forward. Take the arms back. This time, grab hold of each hand. Interlace your fingers. Press your knuckles back. Roll the heads of your shoulders back. And then maybe we can go deeper into a humble warrior. Ground into your feet. Drop your head. Lifting the knuckles to the sky. If that's too deep, then just stay lifted with your chest. Yeah, take one last big breath here. A big inhale. Let your arms release first. Swing them all the way forward. Reach all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, release the arms by your side. Good. Step your back leg forward. Boop. And replace the right leg back. So we're just switching sides for our warrior one. Go into the lunge of that front leg. Really anchor down through the back heel of the back leg. Reach your arms to the sky. Lengthen the tailbone down. Good. So you're going to square your hips. I'm not sure who that is because I can't see your face anymore. Claudia Poppy iPad? Yeah, you square your hips forward. Yeah, and your warrior one. The chest forward too. That's it. Good. Better. Maybe we're looking up to our hands, looking up to our thumbs, really, really rooting down. And then we're going to add that flow with the breath. So breathe in, reach up. Exhale, we're going to lean forward, draw the arms back, open your chest. Inhale, push off of that front leg. So a little bit of gluteus activation as you reach up. Exhaling to lean back. Keep the chest open. Inhaling one more time. Reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, draw the arms back. Keep the chest open. Lovely. Inhale. Then we're going to add on. So we're going to exhale, lean back. Interlace the hands behind us. Press the knuckles back. Open the chest. Roll the shoulders back. Maybe we stay there. Maybe you take that deep bow into your humble warrior, dropping the head. Knuckles lift up to the sky. Make sure the breath isn't compromised. It's very easy for it to become compromised here. So slow it down. Make it deeper. And then release the arms first. Inhale, push into that front leg. Reach the arms to the sky. And then we're going to step both feet together. And come up to the top of your mat. I'm going to step back a little bit so I'm in the frame. And we're going to add a balance here. So let's cross the right leg over your left leg. And you're going to bend your left knee. So it's like you're sitting down. Now, my friends, you can take that top leg foot to the floor. If you really are needing a bit more groundingness today, if you need to really work on the balance part of that, stay low. Or the foot is lifted. Or if you want a bigger challenge, wrap the top foot around your calf of the lower leg. Okay, make sure wherever you are, there's balance and stability. Then we're going to add the arms. So bring your elbows in line with your shoulders again, crossing that left arm over the right. And then you're going to bind and wrap for the whole Garudasana. Yes, I know. Try to keep your gaze fixed on one point. Feel the space opening between the shoulder blades, the heart, the shoulders sink down. Beautiful. Maybe you can sink down just a little bit more. And then let's open up. Inhale. Get out of there. Reach the arms to the sky, feet to the floor. Exhale. Arms down by your side. Let's do a big breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, the hands just come back to your hips, down by your sides. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Good. And then let's switch sides. So now we're going to take our left leg over the right. Good. Maybe the foot comes to the floor. Maybe we bend the knee and that foot is just lifted and hovering off the side. Or maybe it's crossing all the way over. Good. So you're really squeezing the inner thighs, like you really have to pee. Yeah, maybe you do. Then we're going to add the arms. Bring your elbows in line with your shoulders. Cross that right arm over the left and then wrap and bind here. Beautiful. Remember, if you're really struggling with that balance, just touch down, touch the foot to the floor. Give yourself a bit of stability, a bit of calm, and then maybe build back into it. Draw your lower belly up and in so that you have the support of your deep abdominal muscles. Support from deep, deep within. Take one more breath here. And then get out. Inhale, open the arms, touch down with the feet to the floor. This time, take a big forward fold. Release through the backs of your legs, maybe a little sway from side to side. And then let's come all the way forward, back down to all fours. And then let's come all the way down to our bellies. We're going to roll ourselves all the way down to the floor, onto our stomachs. Hands underneath your shoulders, plug the feet into the floor, roll the shoulders up, come into your back, bend your cobra. Exhale, release down. You can keep your hands under your shoulders or maybe take them a little wider as you come up again. And we're just going to flow into a couple of these cobra poses, exhaling down. Play with the positions of your hands. Take them wider, take them more forward, more back. Play with how high you come up. But every time you come up, your shoulders, their job is to move away from the ears, back and down through the body. So your neck is long. Good. And those of you who want to go deeper, maybe an upward facing dog to finish, pull the hands by the waist. straightening the arms, but your thighs and your knees are lifted off the floor. And then let's come all the way down. And we're going to rest here for a moment. So this one is going to really open the chest and the shoulders. I'm going to slide my right arm out so it's in line with my shoulder. We did this, I think, last week. We're going to take the left hand to the floor. My left elbow is pointing up to the sky. Oh, there's a happy doggy there. Now we're going to roll over towards that right arm, and your head is on the floor. You're going to keep rolling so that your legs are now stacking on top of each other behind you. My hand is in the same line as my shoulders. And those of you who can keep rolling as if you're going to go backwards, maybe that top leg bends. And it's like you're trying to flip yourself upside down. Good. Stay here, breathe. You should feel a stretch in your chest. Yeah. And then you're going to come out of that, come back to the center, bring yourself forward again, switch sides, extend the left arm, right elbow bends, side of the face is to the floor. Roll yourself over. And as you're rolling, you're pushing that arm away from you. Good. Maybe that top knee bends, foot to the floor. Nice deep breaths here. And then come back to center. Pull the hands underneath your shoulders again. One more back bend. Inhale into your cobra. Pop yourself up to your knees and then child's pose. Sit your hips all the way back. Maybe the arms are stretching out in front of you. Maybe you're bringing your hands back by your feet, letting your forehead rest on the ground. And let's take 3 breaths here in this child's pose. Breathing really deeply into the back of the body, the ribs, into the heart. And then slowly, let's come all the way up. Beautiful. Come into a comfortable seat again. Whether that is sitting on your cushion, sitting on your sofa, your chair. We're going to grab our strap, and before we move into a few moments of meditation to finish our practice, to start our day, I like just to work these shoulders one more time to make sure that everything is open through the heart. Yeah, put some layers on if you're feeling a bit chilly now. And just get yourself comfortable. So we're going to take the left arm to the sky, maybe holding your strap. And then we're going to take the elbow bent, and we're going to take our right hand to the elbow, and then start to feed the palm of that left hand down the middle of your back. Great. And then see how far you can walk the hand to the middle of the back, as if you're trying to literally touch the back of your heart. And for some, this is really good. We get really tight here. So you might even just want to stay with this. Or we can take the right arm back. Back of your hand comes to the back. Then you're going to try to find that strap. Now, before you bring your hands together or start walking your hands closer together, I want you to keep the hand on the lower back here. Good. And then hold on to the strap. And I'd like you to try to lift your strap away from the body. Not so easy to do. So it's quite challenging there. And then you're just going to place the strap on the body. We're going to do that 2 more times. Lift the strap away and then let it come to place. Lift the strap away and then to place, and then walk your hands up so that they're almost coming to join. Maybe they do, interlacing the fingers. If they don't worry, that's why we have a strap. Take 1 more breath there. And then release. Give the Arms a nice circle. Rotate the shoulders. Now let's do the other side. So we're going to take the right arm up, grab hold of the strap with the right hand, bend the elbow. And starting with the tricep stretch first, you're going to start to walk your hand down the middle of your back. Good. One more breath here, just noticing how that feels, breathing into any of the tension that you're finding. And then maybe taking that left arm around, bringing the hand to the lower back first. Good. And then 3 times, we're going to try to, if you're not holding on to your hair, you're going to try to lift the arms away. Lift the arms away from the back of the body. And then let your hands come back to touch. Good. Lift the arms away. And it might be that you need to bring the bottom hand lower down the strap if you're really finding that very difficult. And then again, one more time. Open up. So many happy dogs. And then come back. Walk your hands back together. And then slowly, slowly, we're just going to open up here. Take 2 more breaths. Getting those hands as close as they can. Maybe they touch. Maybe they don't. And then slowly drop the strap. Release the arms. Take one more big shrug, big circle. And then just to sync body, breath, and mind together again, we're going to inhale, take the arms up, let them circle to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands down to the center of your chest, the center of your heart. Inhaling one more time. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale, hands back to the heart. And let your arms rest on your lap. And if you have 5 more minutes to spend with me, please do stay and we'll do a nice little meditation just to bring us into a good frame of mind for our day. I do realize that it is now 8:30, so if you do have to get off to work, then I'm so sorry to see you go. And big, big love to you. But if you have a few moments, get yourself situated, settle into your seat, into your place of being. It will only take a few minutes. And if you need to elevate your hips to make sure that your spine is nice and long, comfortable and relaxed, close your eyes and come into the body. And just notice how you're feeling after that practice. Allow your mind's eye to scan through the body, noticing what you feel, where you feel. Notice the shoulders if they feel any different. Hopefully they're feeling a little heavier, a little more relaxed. There's more space between the shoulders and the ears. Notice how you're feeling in your hips. Does it feel a little easier to sit? Then allow your attention to go into grounding down through your seat. And for the breath to come in easily, slowly and deeply. And just connecting to each rise and fall of the breath. Starting to highlight that journey, that flow of breath, of energy, of vitality in and out of the body. And the breath is like the nectar of life, nourishing us, sustaining us, recharging us. Every deep breath in, it's like we are refueling. And every breath out, a chance to release, a cleansing, a letting go. The body is literally detoxifying with every breath, releasing anything that is no longer serving the body, that has served its purpose at one time, and now is no longer needed. And because this breath is our friend, always here with us, very easy to draw on, I would like us to take a moment to cultivate a sense of gratitude for this breath. For that very acknowledgement of what the breath is actually doing. Nourishing us, sustaining us, bringing in that vital oxygen for our cells to function, our brain to function, our heart to function. Supporting our life through each breath we take. And every exhalation, that detoxification. If we're unable to exhale, the body is unable to get rid of all that is backing up, all that is stale and spent. And can we savor each breath in with a sense of deep gratitude, sincere appreciation? And then move that gratitude out to the rest of your body and take a moment to really be grateful for this amazing piece of equipment that we are all walking around in. How it works so intelligently. It is far more intelligent than we could ever imagine. And it is always trying to bring us into a place of balance, of homeostasis, of healing, of wholeness. And how it allows us to connect with the world through our senses. So we experience the full spectrum of life. That we understand what pain is, so that we learn from the lesson. And we understand what pleasure is. And knowing the difference between them, the pain and the pleasure. The pleasure is like our sense of hope. A moment of gratitude here for this body. And then take a moment of gratitude for the space that you're sitting in right now. Whatever room that you find yourself in. Can we be grateful and find gratitude for the fact that we have a room and a place to be, that we have this internet to connect us, the roof over our head, furnishings to keep us comfortable. And maybe you even really like your space. In your mind's eye, just visualize the room that you are in and send love and gratitude and sincere appreciation for everything that is in it. Everything in its perfect place. And then expand that sense of gratitude into your day. Into all the things that are going well in your day. All the new possibilities, the space that has been created, or opportunities to cultivate creativity, new ways of thinking, perhaps challenging us in a way that we are growing and evolving quicker and faster than we may have done without a little push. Can we find the gratitude of what is happening in this moment? And just focus on that for a moment with real, sincere appreciation from the heart, not from the mind and the logic of the head, but from the deep wisdom of the heart. And can you bring your breath into the heart as you are meditating on this sense of gratitude? And can you meditate and focus even more deeply on the state of being that is cultivated through gratitude? How does that feel in your body? Can we relax and soften? Can we surrender into this place of gratitude a little more deeply? And as if there were a dial, a knob that we could turn to intensify this, to turn it up, to make it brighter. Is that possible? To make this feeling bigger in this moment? And so that we're radiating, we're glowing with gratitude. And take one more big breath here. Into your heart, fill it up, and a big sigh. Bring your hands to your hearts, my friends, whether the hands are just resting over the chest or the hands are together. And I just want to read something that I keep hanging up by my mirror every morning. It's a scroll that I got in India, written from the Dalai Lama. And it says, "Never give up. No matter what is going on, never give up. Develop the heart. Develop the heart. Too much energy in your country is spent developing the mind instead of the heart. Develop the heart. Be compassionate, not just to your friends, but to everyone. Be compassionate. Work for peace in your heart and in the world. Work for peace. And I say again, never give up. No matter what is happening, no matter what is going on around you, never give up." So my friends, I hope we have together developed our heart this morning before we go out and develop and use that mind of ours. And I hope you walk through your day and can remember little moments to be grateful for, because there is always something to be grateful for. Thank you so much for your practice, for your heart, for your space. It's so, so nice to see you all. Namaste. Have a great day.